Am I the only one that absolutely loves this new Champions League format? Like, come on, guys. Like, bro, it was getting stale. It was getting boring. You always knew which two teams were going to go through in a group. It was always the strongest teams that will most likely go through, bro. There was never a big upset. But this new format, I love it, bro. Not only do you not have to wait until the knockout stages to watch some of the bigger games, but there's multiple options in these game weeks. For example, PSG Arsenal going on at the same time. There's Leverkusen Milan you can choose to watch over Arsenal and PSG. That normally doesn't happen, but with this new format, it happens. But for me, the most exciting part has to be the table. Currently, this is the table as it stands. Dortmund, Brest, Benfica, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Juventus, all on 6 points after winning their first two Champions League games. Then from 8th all the way to, I would say, about 16th to 17th, you've got Man City, Inter Milan, Sparta, Atalanta, Sporting, Arsenal, Monaco, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, bro. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's only 2 games into the Champions League campaign, and it could easily change next week, which is also another exciting factor into this new Champions League format. But Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Barcelona sitting in the middle of the table. Bro, if one of these teams don't win their next game, do you know how much more harder it's going to be for them to automatically go through to the next round? They're going to have to fight for their lives during the last couple of games. Game week 8 is what I'm most looking forward to from this new format, bro. Every single team is going to be playing on the same day at the same time. No early kickoffs, none of that. Do you know how crazy that is? Every team is going to be going into those games knowing they need to win, or if they don't, they're not going through. And that for me, bro, is way more exciting than anything the old format offered in the group stages. And you know what that also means? If you don't go through, you're not going to the Europa League. Sevilla, I'm looking at you because I know you're waiting for that, bro. You're not going through, you're going straight home. And that's way more fair, in my opinion, rather than a Champions League team dropping down to the Europa League to somehow get a win there, bro. What better place to start than what could be the biggest upset this season in Lille beating the current Champions League holders in Real Madrid 1-0 at home. And fair play to Lille, man. They came with a game plan. They executed it perfectly and they created opportunities. They got the penalty deservedly. Put it away, David. Porto made a couple of good saves because Lille could have actually scored a couple of more goals here. But as for Real Madrid, I feel like this has been a long time coming, man. The start they had to this season, the way they struggled against Stuttgart, they needed late goals to win that game. It was end-to-end. It was an open game against Stuttgart, just like it was against Lille. But also, the fact that they went unbeaten last season in the Champions League, they couldn't just carry on with that, bro. I mean, they are the kings of the Champions League. But come on, bro. Have some decency, man. But yeah, as for Real Madrid, I mean, the front three haven't been as fluid as they would have hoped, but everybody guessed that, man. Mbappe trying to hug that left wing just like Vinicius Jr. It was always going to be complicated, but Ancelotti, this is what he's good at. Getting these superstars to click somehow, getting them playing in positions that would get the best out of them. So we'll see what he's got cooking. But one thing he does need to fix is his midfield, bro. Cruz is missing massively in that midfield, and they need to fit in someone, whether that's Camavinga, Tchouaméni, or even Valverde dropping deeper. But it needs to be figured out because I feel like that is the biggest issue right now for them in terms of what they're lacking, the way they can't control games. The next game, this game for me, easily the most entertaining game I've tuned into this season and will go down as the game of the Champions League campaign. RB Leipzig 2, Juventus 3. This game literally had everything. The red card, you got the comebacks, you've got incredible goals from both Sesko and Vlahovic, who were going goal for goal basically. You've also got players getting injured early on. You got Mata, who's been forced to make subs very early on in the game. Bremer and Gonzalez both getting injured. Sesko, incredible finish for his first goal. Vlahovic says, if you can score those type of goals, I can do you one better, with an absolutely outrageous goal to make it 2-2. And then goalkeeper gets sent off for Juventus, which I thought was very, very harsh. This referee in this game, I don't know what he was doing, but he was just reffing in a way that just was unreasonable, man. I hate when refs make it about themselves in these type of games, man. Why? Goalkeeper gets sent off and they even end up conceding a penalty from the free kick that the goalkeeper that got sent off gave away, which was very, very annoying, man. But Conceição comes on the pitch and he does amazing to win the game for Juventus, who are down to 10 men, with an incredible bit of play, bro. Gets past one player, skips past another, and slots it home beautifully. Couple of players I just want to give a shout out to. McKennie, you got Xavi Simons, who I enjoy watching, was very good in this game as well. Opanda was very good. Kululu, though, for me, was the the fact that Bremer, Juventus' best centre-back, got injured, Kululu stepped up and made some great blocks in the game to make sure that they walked away with 3 points. Next up, my beloved Arsenal 2, PSG 0. And I'm so happy we got this comfortable win over PSG because their fans have been hyping for the longest in the Champions League. But they've never beaten us in this competition. We played them a couple of times. They're yet to beat us. They either draw or lose like the little good boys they are. Yesterday, they lost very comfortably, bro. I don't think they created too many opportunities. Timber outstanding. Havertz with a goal. Saka directly from a free kick. His first free kick goal, by the way. And Donnarumma, that was just shocking from you. And shocking from their defense as well because they should have cleared that. But either way, Arsenal walk away with a very, very comfortable win. I will say they didn't start their best team, but it was Dembele missing and maybe one more. But really and truly, your manager decided to drop Dembele. It's not like it would have made a difference, bro. Dembele would have got locked up anyways, just like Barcola did, because I had high hopes for that guy, and he did not show up because Timber locked him up, and he won't let him out ever again. Next up, a game I didn't watch, but I just want to talk about because it caught my eye of how embarrassing the scoreline was. Benfica 4, Atletico Madrid 0. These guys are meant to be defensive units, well-structured team, Simeone, hard men. And what did they do? They end up getting dunked on by Benfica, bro. And why? Because Di Maria is there. That guy has been dunking on these lot for the longest, and he's still doing it at this age. Salute to you, sir. Yeah, I just expected a lot better for Atletico Madrid. And for most people, they would be one of the favourites, if not just outside the favourite to win the Champions League. So the fact that they got humiliated in this fashion is crazy to me. But hey, it is what it is. And big shout out to Benfica, man. And finally, but not least, just like Real Madrid, another big upset in this Champions League campaign. Aston Villa 1, Bayern Munich 0. And John Duran is the greatest striker we've seen since R9, bro. Oh my God, that kid, the audacity from him to take that shot on the way he did with Neuer in net against a giant like Bayern Munich. Salute to you, sir, as well, man, because that is unreal. But this game, it was just about Unai Emery once again dropping a masterclass against Bayern Munich like he did when he was coaching at Villarreal. This guy loves playing against Bayern Munich. And matter of fact, he just loves playing in Europe in general because in these knockout competitions, it is very hard to play against a team that Unai Emery coaches, unless it's Arsenal, of course, because we got battered by Chelsea in the final of the Europa League. Thanks for that, Unai Emery. But you know what? I'll forgive you, bro. You go do your own thing at Aston Villa. But yeah, shout out to Aston Villa. John Duran, like I said, when he came on, once again, off the bench, scoring an absolute banger to win the game. That kid is unreal. Rodgers, once again, unbelievable. Watkins was manhandling Upamecano. That guy always struggles against English teams for some odd reason. We need to figure it out because English teams are definitely his kryptonite. He always embarrasses himself in these games. Before I forget, Martinez. That save towards the end was incredible. But this guy, why does he just turn into one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time in these knockout games, whether it's for Argentina or Aston Villa now? Because genuinely, bro, he does not do this in the league consistently. But when it comes to these knockout games, he'll do it game in, game out for some reason. It's just so weird because he'll have a bozo moment against a team like Ipswich and then he'll drop that masterclass he did against Bayern Munich last night. Incredible performance, by the way. I'm not trying to take it away from him, but it's just so funny the contrast between how he plays in the league compared to how he plays in knockout competitions. Incredible goalkeeper. Bayern Munich, I mean, they can bully smaller teams, but when it comes to a team that actually knows how to set up defensively and have some strong players, they struggled. I don't know what company was thinking not starting Kimmich at right back because Lima there made no sense to me. I think Davies was their best player. I don't know why Musiala didn't start as well. Gnabry, though, he had a shocker, man. There was a point where he could have crossed it to Harry Kane, even though I don't think Harry Kane was getting at the end of it. The moment towards the end of the game when Musiala created for him and he just wasted it. But Harry Kane, for me, in these type of games is where I look to, bro. This is meant to be the best striker in the world. And he's meant to be the difference maker in these bigger games where the team needs someone to bail them out. They're not playing that great. They're set up against a team that is good defensively. He's meant to bring that moment of magic. And I just feel like he lacks that a lot, bro. I don't understand why people don't criticize him for it. But for me, I will always criticize him for it because I just see it way too often, in my opinion. Like, crazy amount of times. But I will say, it is early on in the Champions League campaign, so there's nothing to stress about. He'll pick it up. He'll probably get top goal scorer. But in these big games, he still needs to start doing something for me, bro. I just don't think he's yet to make a difference in these big games for Bayern Munich, bro. We saw it against Leverkusen in the league, but he's scoring 4 goals or 5 goals against Kiel, who I've never heard of. Yeah, that is just that's an issue for another day. We'll talk about it. But like I said at the start of this video, bro, if you're not excited for the new Champions League format, then get excited, bro, because there's so many big games coming your way. Arsenal Inter Milan is the one that I'm looking forward to next. Yeah, that's it for my first Champions League recap breakdown. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Matter of fact, give me some suggestions in the comments on what I could call this new series, because I feel like I want to do this every time there's a Champions League game week. I know I've already missed one or two, but from now onwards, I will try to keep it as consistent as I can. So let me know a name, a creative name that I could name this series. But yeah, I appreciate you if you watched this long. Subscribe, like, comment, all of that. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.